Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In Forrester's main office, Thomas lectures his father about doing right by his mama. Ridge grunts at his son to go ahead and say what he has to say. Thomas lashes out his phone. On the screen is Ridge kissing Brooke after the deliverance in Italy. Ridge says he'd to save her. His son asks, "Did you have to kiss her?" Thomas is sure that his father wouldn't have proposed to his mama if he didn't mean it. Thomas cryptically adds that he needs this further than ever. At that veritably moment in the design office, Katie's gushing to Brooke about the successful trip to Italy. The Golden, as usual, is more concerned about Ridge than the figures. She can't figure out why he's still with Taylor. Katie hops on the crusade. Ridge is putting off the ineluctable. Brooke warns effects just got more complicated. Thomas is back in city. Brooke's sure Thomas will lay on a guilt trip. Katie is sure that when Thomas hears about what happened in Italy, indeed he'll agree they belong together. Katie becomes agitated over the bare suggestion that Ridge would stay with Taylor. He needs to leave her, and he needs to do it moment. Brooke's convinced Ridge will come through for her. Across the hall, Thomas implores his father not to squinch this up. One of the big reasons he came back is to watch and make sure Brooke doesn't wriggle her way back in. "Tell me you're not going to hurt Mama," he demands, despite knowing his father cannot be trusted whatsoever when it comes to this particular subject. Dropping a lemon, Thomas confesses that the reason he needs this is because he and Paris called off their engagement. She hurt him and their family allowed Liam to believe he was dying. He has no relationship and isn't designing for a line right now. He is alone and having a tough time. However, he wouldn't be suitable to handle it if his pater screws this up. Ridge sees the red flag signaling, but Thomas insists he is fine. As long as his parents getting wedded, of course. He tearfully declares, "I just need my family." Lee's end by Taylor's office at the sanitarium when the world-renowned psychiatrist calls out to her. She's assuming she took a leave because of Luna. Lee shrugs that she was a worried youthful woman. They catch up on Steffi, Kelly, and Taylor's engagement. When she mentions her sons back in city, Lee recalls Thomas had difficulties in the history. Taylor's proud that he worked to overcome them. However, she'll be there if he has a reversal. Lee hopes nothing happens to spark him. At Lee's place, Luna's pacing with the gestation test in hand. Grimacing, she says, "Negative," which is mind-blowing for this reason. Sheila walks by and asks if commodity is over. Luna harangues about being stuck there and is reminded that it's better than captivity. Talk inescapably turns to Will Spencer. Luna can't stay until he finds out she's alive. Sheila prodigies if Luna really thinks she could have a future with him. They dispute about colluding and Sheila's bear attack comes up. Sheila reminds her it was fake. A light bulb goes off and Luna muses to herself, that could work. Sheila tells her granddaughter she can relate to wanting to stay out of jail. Luna smirks that people like them can make anything be. Anything at all. Sheila tells her she's lodging for her and leaves. Formerly alone, Luna pulls out the gestation test and announces that she's making her future be. Thomas returned for Ridge and Taylor's marriage, and he gives Brooke a warning. Sheila gives Luna a rebuke for her reckless jest. Will believed he spent the night with Electra, but the verity was far darker. Luna slipped down from Sheila and Lee, crashed Will's party, and assured he got drunk. After Electra left, Deacon took Will home. Ignorant Luna had followed. Disguised in Electra's mask, she assaulted him. The coming morning, Will was affrighted to realize the woman he allowed was Electra wasn't, though he didn't know who it was. Katie prompted him to keep the disturbing details to himself. Sheila and Lee were both worried about Luna's exposure. Still, Sheila heeded as Luna told her about Will. Thomas proposed to Hope, but she wasn't suitable to commit to him. Eventually, he left Los Angeles and took their son. He returned compactly, and everyone was shocked to learn he was engaged to Paris. Ridge and Taylor are moving toward a marriage. Still, Ridge saved Brooke when she fell off Nick's boat in Capri. Ridge still hasn't set up a way to tell Taylor the entire verity. Sheila has gotten comfortable with her place at Il Giardino. She went from bartender to therapist. Last week, Electra was the first person to openly talk to her. That's because Sheila eavesdropped Electra's discussion about going all the way with Will. Electra was willing to talk to Sheila because she defended her against Luna. She doesn't know that Luna is still alive and intruding with her relationship. Also, Hope showed up at Il Giardino to speak with Cleric. Of course, Sheila knows about Hope's engagement and Carter, and wants to know when they're going to tie the knot. Hope was civil with Sheila. She had no other choice if she wanted a relationship with her father. But she dithered when she talked about their marriage plans, and it wasn't because of the sight of Sheila. It was because she was formerly having dubieties. Will was the rearmost patron to return to Il Giardino, and not because he wanted commodity to drink. Far from it. He wanted to know what happened the night of his party. Will realized he wasn't in bed with Electra, it was another girl. He asked Sheila to help him figure out the details. Sheila formerly knows about Luna's unrighteous plan to get pregnant so she can get out of jail. It's hard to tell what side of the law Sheila is on these days. She participated a giggle with Luna about her ending up in Will's bed. Also, she sounded concerned when Luna participated the details of their lawless night together. Is Sheila playing the part of the fun grandmother to get Luna to open up to her? What's more important to Sheila? To have a relationship with her granddaughter or to be accepted? Because she could redeem herself if she told Will the verity. Also, she could have had everyone on her side and come a trusted confidant. Thomas and Ridge battle after Thomas returns for his parents' marriage. Lee has reservations about Luna's absences, and Liam is in a love triangle with Hope and Carter. Hope was shocked when Liam declared he wanted to get back together. Hope rejected Liam because of her engagement to Carter. Still, this week she might change her mind about Liam thanks to Ivy. Ivy tells Hope that she's the only woman Liam loves. Latterly, Hope is allowing about Ivy's words as she watches Liam with Beth with Hope's passions for Liam growing stronger. Could she grant Beth's will for them to be a family again? Taylor is working in her office when she receives a surprise caller. Thomas returns to visit his mama, who's happy to see him. The two have a lot to catch up on, including her and Ridge's engagement. Thomas is thrilled that his parents are getting wedded, but he knows there's one person who can ruin it. Brooke and Katie are in the design office when Thomas stops by. The women are stupefied to see Thomas, who has a serious matter to bandy. Brooke has a history of breaking up his parents' relationship, and he doesn't want a reprise. My pater. Marrying my mama, don't do anything to come between them, ever again, Thomas warns her. His warning will go unheeded by Brooke, who feels she's fated to be with Ridge. But Brooke may want to be careful because Thomas's warning might be a sign his dark side is returning. Carter wants to elope with Hope. Will is ready to go all the way with Electra. Carter doesn't want to waste any further time. He asked Hope to elope. But she's not a simple girl. She's someone who pictured of getting wedded one day. And when she settled down with Liam, it didn't turn out the way she anticipated. Hope told Carter that planning a marriage takes a lot of work. She just wanted to enjoy being engaged for now. But as usual, their engagement bliss got intruded. Beth intruded the happy couple. Liam wasn't far before. He used his son to remind Hope that they're better as a family. Meanwhile, Carter awkwardly watched this commerce. What does he plan to do now? Will he try to sweep Hope off her bases before Liam does? Not to mention, Thomas is returning to Los Angeles soon. Carter's despair could push her into someone different's arms. But who? Will is still trying to figure out what happened that night. He pressed Sheila for questions at Il Giardino. But rather of telling him the verity, Sheila told Will he'd nothing to worry about. He should only concentrate on his special night with Electra. If heeded her advice and returned home to get ready for his night. Will wanted to prove to Electra that he loves her and is committed to her only. So, he got suited up and showed up at her door with a bouquet of roses. Electra was decked out to the nines as well. The youthful couple was ready to eventually take effects all the way. But their relationship could hit a road bump. Formerly Will finds out that Luna was in his bed.